Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the forecast for each life path number for July 2024. Before we get into the forecast, this, of course, is a general reading. If you are interested in a personalized reading, or if you would like to look at your own personal numerology, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below, and I would love to work with you. All right, let's get into it. Life path number 8, you all are going to be working with the energy of the 5 this month, as well as scarab beetle. So with the 5, anytime we have 5 energy, this brings about some kind of change or opportunity for change or an aha moment or deeper clarity, which then sort of puts us on the path for creating some kind of change within our life. And there's a part of this energy that sort of shows us where it is that we are too restricted, where we've allowed ourselves to sort of enclose ourselves in a self-imposed prison that we could feel like we're yearning to break free from this month. So there could be a call for greater freedom, greater independence, greater autonomy in some kind of area. Wherever that is, whether it's in your career, whether it's in, your relationships, your relationship with yourself, whatever it is, there's some area that wants to be free, wants more freedom in that area, more freedom to express themselves, more freedom to be themselves, to show up in the way that it feels most authentic for, yourself, et cetera, et cetera. So there's some area that the focus will be put on this month that needs that freedom, that needs to break free. It's either too mundane, too routine. You're either keeping yourself in, like I said, like in a self-imposed prison because of that fear of the unknown, the irrational fear, the lack of confidence, etc. And this energy is like pushing you to find a way to move through that, to break free from it. There's like this opening up, right? Where it's like some area you're thinking too small. Whether it's about yourself or about the situation or about the other person, the thinking is too restricted. And this energy is coming in to sort of shake it up to say, you're thinking too small. Let's think bigger. Let's approach this in a much broader way, to then be able to approach it differently and hopefully get a different outcome. But there's some area that wants a greater sense of independence and freedom. Also, this energy can bring in curiosity, definitely change, and the need for adventure. So, if you felt kind of holed up recently, you feel like you're not able to, again, just get out there and experience life, whether it's through travel, whether it's through, social events, whether it's through just doing things that light you up. This month is really asking you to follow your curiosity, see where it takes you, and give yourself permission to not take things so seriously or be, and to release the need for control. Let's put it that way. The other thing is to see it through even when it's difficult, because with 5 energy, a lot of times, it can be a little bit more of a scattered energy. So it's hard to get focused with this energy sometimes. So definitely see where you need to be focusing your energy and see that through to completion, even if it's difficult, even if you face opposition. The other thing I would say is, again, release the control and explore. I think your sort of key word this month is curiosity. Be curious. Give yourself permission to be curious. You don't have to know what the outcome is going to be to take the risk sometimes. Sometimes it's just about being spontaneous and throwing caution to the wind and going for it and then seeing where that takes you. Sometimes it can take us somewhere that's very uncomfortable, but sometimes it can open us up to just a great wealth of wisdom and opportunity. Definitely, this can bring in a pivotal point in your life that is going to have you pivot in some way. It's going to have you change direction in some way through greater clarity, through those aha moments that could potentially be coming in for you. And that can definitely be around, your domestic life or career, or even again, like your relationship with yourself or how you see yourself, any restricting thought process, any restrictive thoughts that you may have about yourself, those are looking to be busted wide open. So again, can be a very uncomfortable month, but also it's kind of pushing you to see outside the box, be unconventional, think bigger, think way bigger, and then explore and see where it takes you. Now, with scarab beetle, this is interesting because really what kind of comes through here is sort of like this 10 of Wands type of energy. So it's kind of like this feeling of like you have to carry everything, like you have to burden, take on the burden. And really what it's saying is check in with your ambition. Like, where is it that your ambition is actually sort of hurting you in some way, right? It's detracting from what it is that you want to achieve. So it can be like you're too serious about something, or you're trying to control it too much, or you're in over your head, so to speak. And it might be that you need to take a closer look at what are your limitations and how do I need to call in reinforcements so that someone else can take on that piece of the puzzle, so that I don't have to carry it, because for me to carry it creates a burden. And for someone else to carry it who has strengths in that area, it wouldn't be a burden. You know what I mean? So there could be some things this month that you feel like you can delegate or you can offload without burdening the other person. But again, it's recognizing your own limitations and then finding people who have strengths within those areas and then handing it over to them and trusting them to be able to do it. And again, this can be with relationships, any area of life, where it is that you're trying to take everything on and be in control of everything to sort of dictate the outcome of the situation. And in reality, you're just overburdening yourself and keeping yourself restricted in that self-imposed prison. So with these energies coming forth, especially for an 8, 8 energy is such an ambitious energy, and it's such a powerhouse type of vibration that it's very easy to feel like you have to have your hands in 5,000 different pots and have control over those 5,000 different pots. And really, you're working harder, not smarter in that situation. So this energy comes in, scarab, and the 5 energy comes in to say, no, let's free ourselves up a little bit, right? Let's release the burden. Let's, again, recognize where we have the limitation, where it is that we're carrying a burden, and, how can we call in the reinforcements to help us to carry that, to offload what we don't need to be carrying. So this can be a very freeing month, and it can be freeing of your thoughts, of your belief systems, of certain relationships that aren't healthy, of, career projects that have just been weighing you down, that aren't taking you anywhere or moving in any direction that you want to move in. They feel more burdening than anything else. So this is kind of a spring cleaning type of energy, whether you're in spring or not, but very freeing if you allow it to be. Again, the energy can be present. It's what we choose to do with it that makes the difference. If this energy can come in and want to help you to clean house as much as possible, but if you're too stuck in your ways of hoarding on or clinging onto and hoarding, then it's going to have a really hard time sort of forcing you to release that grip. So it's a two-way street, and it's going to require your effort as well. But the more that you can show up to this energy and work with it, the freer you will feel. And then you can step into a vibration where you're actually working smarter, not harder. And you can actually see the progress that you've been hoping to see. So beautiful energy, very powerful, very much aligned with your 8 energy and the need for progression and reaching your vision, but in a much healthier way. So I hope it's a beautiful month. Take care, 8s. Bye for now.